ખ્યાતનામ વેબ ટીવી એશિયાના કર્મચારી સાથે આપણે વાત કરીશું અને જાણીશું કે બદલાતી મનોરંજનની દુનિયાની અંદર કેવી રીતે વેબ ટીવી એશિયા ડીલિંગ કરે છે, શું એનો કાર્યક્ષેત્ર છે, કેવી રીતે લોકો સુધી મનોરંજન પહોંચાડી શકાય છે અને કેટલા રૂપિયા આ ઇન્ડસ્ટ્રીમાંથી બની શકે છે. સાથે સાથે ઉગતા નવા કલાકારો, લેખકો, દિગ્દર્શકો, ફિલ્મકારો માટે કેટલી દુનિયા વિકસી ગઈ છે, વિસ્તરી ગઈ છે, એની પણ વાત આપણે કરશું. વેબ ટીવી એશિયાની વાત હું તમને કરીશ તો અહીંયા નીચે તમે જે ફિગર જોઈ રહ્યા છો કે 30 મિલિયન સબસ્ક્રાઈબર ડિજિટલ મીડિયાની અંદર એન્ટરટેનમેન્ટ કંપનીના છે. એનાથી નીચે તમે જોશો તો 1 બિલિયન મંથલી વ્યૂઝ એને મળેલા છે અને ઓવર 1000 મોસ્ટ વોન્ટેડ ક્રિએટર્સ. તો આ એક બહુ મોટા આંકડા છે જે વેબ ટીવી એશિયાએ એચીવ કરેલા છે. એના એક ટેલેન્ટેડ વ્યક્તિ સાથે આપણે વાત કરીએ. ગુડ આફ્ટરનૂન સર.
Good afternoon.
Hi, sir. What's your name, sir?
My name's Stephen Lim. I'm the regional A&R manager for WebTV Asia. I work in the headquarters in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, but we have 8 offices all over Asia now, which means that we have the widest reach of any digital media entertainment company in the whole of Asia. We have offices in Tokyo, Taiwan, Bangkok, Jakarta, Singapore, and so we've really kind of woven our influence into the fabric of the Asian entertainment industries.
Your company producing movie and distributing movie all over the world, or what is the working area of the your company?
Okay, so what has been most explosive recently in the last few years is actually the multi-channel network, which is digital entertainment, such as what you can see here. We do have like a fully established film company. We do have recording studios, so we release music, we release full feature-length movies, and we have the actual company itself is staffed by people who are some of the most highly accomplished musicians, filmmakers, and actors even in the Asian entertainment industries. That's what gives us this deep insight into knowing how to popularize and really know how to produce good content. But of course, we've seen a shift in terms of the audience viewership now. You know, what we've noticed is that millennials have started watching much more shorter form content, okay? So they're very easily distracted. They have memories like goldfish, right? So you have to know how to captivate them with high quality premium entertainment and how to then direct and keep hold of their attention. And the ways in which we strategize to do that are very, very different from the ways that our parents used to do and the parents' movies that they used to watch. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Can you tell me which are the popular movies done by your company?
Okay, so we've had some award-winning movies such as Nasi Lemak 2.0. Nasi Lemak is something that's very close to the heart of any Malaysian, regardless whether or not you're Indian, you're Chinese, or you're Malay, because it's like a kind of national food of Malaysia. And this was one of the first movies the first movie in Malaysia that was really targeting all 3 cultures that coexist within Malaysia very peacefully. So that's one of our movies, but more recently we've been focusing more on our multi-channel network. Now we have over 1,000 creators. Now what we're talking about with digital entertainment is a shorter form of content like music, dancing, documentaries, cooking, lifestyle, and viral kinds of content that people access and watch online. Okay? Now, it's a very, very different form of consumption because people now can tailor and choose exactly what they want to watch and when they want to watch it. We're no longer at the mercy of like terrestrial television. And so the trend that is globally proven is that as the internet develops in a country, the the terrestrial television and cable television networks, they start losing the audience, because now I can choose exactly what I want to watch and when I want to watch it. So I understand that television is still quite dominant form of entertainment consumption in India, and you still, of course, you have your Bollywood movies are very close to your heart. But I think India needs to now embrace the digital age, because the internet infrastructure is developing very fast in India, and that means that it's more reliable, it's faster, which means that people can watch what they want and when they want to watch
That
it.
is what very important.
And we know how to serve to cater for that demand. Yeah?
So as you said, you have 1,000 creators, and you people know how to present, what to present, when to present. And as you said that India is a developing country and the internet market is developing. So can you tell me please that how these Indian creators or Indian people, those who are making short content, digital content for the internet, how to reach up to your company?
Well, first of all, I would say get in touch with us, because we're happy to consult with you and to give you good advice about how to make content that is designed for internet consumption. There's so many different ways. One of the main differences between the traditional television model and internet-based consumption is that there's much more of a sense of community. There's like a feedback loop from your audience. Now, what do I mean by this? Is that, let's say, for example, you're creating a cooking show or a travel show. You will have members of the audience getting involved. They're talking. You need to ask them what is their favourite food. Did you try the last recipe? How did it taste? How might you improve it? And you have that feedback loop. So there's much more of a sense of community, and the audience want to feel special. They want to feel involved. And that's one important strategy and a major difference between online digital media.
Audience should feel involved. That is the main point.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And the other beauty of the digital medium is that you're no longer restricted by television licensing and typical the things that prevented programs from exporting. Why? Because now there's no limitations, right? If I upload a video in Iceland, you can watch it in Timbuktu, should you have like a good internet connection. So this means that we're catering for a world audience. This also means that you need to be much more aware of the demographics. You need to know where your audience is coming from, who appreciates it, and that way you're better informed about how to serve to cater to their needs. So, for example, if I know that I'm creating content in India, but most of my audience is actually coming from America, that means that your content is being appreciated by people in America, and that you should focus your energies towards talking to that kind of audience. That's just an example, of course.
Okay.
So you may well discover that your content is being consumed by, I don't know, like the Tamil-speaking community in India, or like the Punjabi-speaking community, whatever it might be. But you need to be much more keen to analysing your audience. And Web TV Asia are experts in doing that, and we're here to help you do that. Okay. Let me just point out one thing that's of great interest, is that if you're a creator and you like making interesting content about, let's say, for example, again, cooking, right? If you have to put your business mind on, then you're wearing two hats. That means you have to spend half of your time concerning yourself with demographics, statistics, how to reach a bigger audience. That actually cuts down your productivity in half, right? So when you work with a company such as ourselves, we have the expertise to guide you and to manage your content for you, so that you can double your productivity into doing the things that you're passionate about, right? If you like artistry, if you're a musician or an actor or a filmmaker, you don't want to be distracting half of your attention, half of your productivity time towards having to think about how to market things. So what options do you have? You could go into partnership with someone, one other person who manages what you make, and you could concentrate on doing the artistic side, the creative side. Well, then you have to share your revenue 50-50 split, right? So the other option is that you just divide half of your attention, which means you're not really pursuing your passion anymore. So companies like ourselves, WebTV Asia, we take great pride in being able to give you the expertise that you need to be able to bring out the best in you so that you can follow your passion. And so in that regard, I would say that WebTV Asia are genuinely in the business of selling dreams.
Okay. And how will they get paid?
How will they get so big? Okay, so if you look at it, you see some of the artists we have here. We're very, very proud to be working with some of the most viral, some of the most trending, and some of the most impassioned people within the Asian creative industries. Let me give you an example. Janine Weigel from Thailand. This lady is 16 years old, and whenever she drops music videos, she gets up to 40, 50, 60 million views. Okay? Be the Scar. He started making music because he was stressed out with his exams. You know, he's actually has like a science degree, a master's degree, but he loves entertainment. He loves entertaining people. So when he was stressed out during making exams, he started to enjoy dancing. Now he drops videos, he gets 60 to 80 million views. Okay, there are many strategies. If I could draw your attention to this here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, being in India, you may be very fond of India's favourite sweetheart, Poonam Pandey. Okay, she's obviously very lovely, as are all of these ladies. The point about this series, which is a WebTV Asia original first series, is we're demonstrating the concept of the power of digital marketing and digital entertainment here. Each of these girls is influential within her own region. So let's say, for example, they each have 1 million followers on their social media fan pages on Facebook and Twitter. We take them together and we put them together on an island and we get them to engage in competitions and having fun. We bring out a sense of drama. There's rivalries, there's fighting, making up, and deep friendships emerge. Well, all of a sudden, they share their audience. So you've got a combined audience here of 12 million. And that's before anyone starts talking about it and sharing it. Likewise, what else happens is that Poonam Pandey introduces her followers to Mola from China and vice versa. So we've got this 12-way exchange of fanships. So it's a win-win situation. It's good for the girls. They become more famous. They become more famous in a wider region, which means that they have greater potential to exploit any of the work they do, right? Because they've got a wider market now. And all of a sudden, we've got a show that before it's even begun and before it started trending, before people have started talking about it, there's already an audience of 12 million people waiting for it to see it. So think about the power of that, you know, in terms of advertising. I mean, basically, eyes on screens, reaching big audiences. I mean, that's power, you know. Views is money, and is potential to exploit and advertise. For example, a show like this, bikini fashion designer, this would be of great interest to them, for example. So these are just examples of some of the strategies.
Okay.
You know, there's more.
And what is the scope for the people, those who are involved in short films and music videos? Indian short films.
Indian short films. Okay, so actually,
also we can add web series.
Yes, yes, indeed. Okay, so we would be delighted to meet more Indian content creators. We feel that India is a country that is full of beauty, full of culture, and is so rich in culture. You speak like more than 90 languages. You have the most beautiful musical instruments. Your dance cultures are wonderful. You have very old spiritual traditions. How can amazing art not emerge out of such a melting pot of amazing ideologies? So we feel that if Indian people are interested in taking advantage of these newer digital models, first of all I would say please get in touch with WebTV Asia. We can help you do that. Short form content tends to work better. So if you're the sort of person that makes longer content, I would suggest considering ways that you can break that up. Now that doesn't mean that someone's not going to watch it from start to finish or in an incorrect sequence. We can strategize someone's watch experience so that they're led sequentially through your story from start to finish in the correct order, okay? But you have to make sure that someone can jump in and jump out at any point and feel part of the experience, okay? So if I've been following your film from the first episode, that's great. But it's also important to make sure that you're inclusive, right? You don't exclude people who might jump in at episode 5. So you've got to think about strategies of how to make them catch up. Perhaps summarize what has happened prior to then, and fill in a few gaps for them, and then direct them towards the first episode at the end of the video. So if they've liked what they've seen, you've got a sense of intrigue. Do remember that if you can leave like suspense and make it thrilling and engaging, make it captivating, you want to ensure that they keep watching and that they're continually engaged. Yeah.
And do you think that we have a Hindi language or we have a 90 regional languages, but we don't have very rich English? So it could be a hurdle, or can it be an advantage?
Well, I think that diversity is always a strength, right? I mean, there's different angles, there's different ways to look at it. I mean, you could say that it means that you can cater the content for a more niche audience. For example, a Bengali-speaking audience or an Urdu-speaking audience. Well, okay, so that's a more niche audience, but that also means that they're going to be more loyal at the same time. So there's different ways that you need to sort of consider who the market is and how to appropriate the content for them, you know. But the beauty of digital is that you can be creative. There's no boundaries, there's no limitations. If you can think outside of the box, you can really break down walls, you can break down barriers between people, cultures, languages, and you can reach mass markets of millions and millions of more people. Might I just show you a very, very brief video to demonstrate exactly what I mean by that? Yeah.
WebTV Asia prefers English or regional languages?
WebTV Asia is a multicultural company.
Okay.
I myself am a perfect example of that. You know, I'm English and my father is from Penang in Malaysia. So that's a perfect example of our attitude. We feel that diversity is a strength, and that's something that's, you know, if you look through our network, you'll see the diversity of the material we produce. Let me show you this one case study about how the power of digital to reach a wide audience. It takes 3 minutes.
Okay.
If you might focus the camera on the...
Have you seen a really awesome campaign? Youku, one of the biggest video companies in China, gave us an objective. Take a hit song in China, Little Apple by the Chopstick Brothers, and promote it to become a worldwide global phenomenon. The strategy we adopted was to create various versions of the song with the hottest digital influencers from around Asia, from Korea, China, Malaysia, Hong Kong, Thailand, Singapore, and Taiwan. The regional music video collaboration team's fans added up, reaching a 12 million strong fan base when combined. So the first version was soon followed by our Korean version. And other collaborative versions followed. Then our Malaysian version. Then our Thai version, and so on. We simultaneously leveraged the most popular online platforms.
This is where your younger audience is now. Okay? Keep watching.
The result was a hype that was so infectious. One little apple seed grew into a global phenomenon. Having started as just 5 songs, it developed a life of its own. Even in distant faraway lands like the Ukraine, Venezuela, Chile and Nigeria, there was a massive viral effect. It resulted in 30,000 fan versions. Within the space of a 2-month campaign, it attracted more than 500 million views. As if that wasn't good enough, there was a bonus to follow. The campaign burst out of the digital world and went commercial with mainstream media coverage, on the radio waves, on television, at the printing press. It was eventually playing on speaker systems in malls across the world. Our campaign earned the original artists, the Chopstick Brothers, an American Music Awards Best International Pop Award for 2014. But there was another surprise to follow. Our success won us the recognition of a Dragons of Asia Best Marketing Campaign of the Year Award in 2015. This is just an example. Our mission was to create global awareness, and our results achieved the #1 Chinese song in the world. Mission accomplished.
Okay. The reason I wanted to play you that is just to give you a very, very simple example of how thinking outside of the box and thinking in a creative way can help you reach a huge audience. Think about it. That was within 2 months of launching that campaign, we've accessed 500 million people. Think of the power of that. Think of the power of 1 billion views per month. Now, what is the population of the planet now? It's like something like 11.5 billion. We're reaching 1/10 of the world's population per month. How many eyes on screens that is. And the final thing that I'd like to add is that WebTV Asia pride ourselves on being a personable company. Okay, so we can work with creators in so many different ways. Some people, they want to reserve complete artistic license to do things themselves. Other people, they like us to help co-conceptualize ideas with them. Other people need help with production equipment. So we can tailor the working relationship between you as a creator and ourselves to bring out the best in you. Because one of the most important things that we feel in terms of sustaining our business model for future-proofing generations is that the creators who are part of our community have to be happy, right? And now, how could we have over 1,000 creators within just 3 years? There's one simple reason: because they're delighted, they feel passion to work with us, and we deliver on our promise of fulfilling dreams for them. They're happy because they're living the dream, writing music, playing music, going on travel adventures, cooking. If they weren't happy, they wouldn't keep working with us. So we're really in the business of selling dreams in that way, and we encourage people to work together and to share inspiration.
તો આ તમે જોયું કે વેબ ટીવી એશિયા નવા અપકમિંગ લોકોને કઈ રીતે મદદ કરે છે. તમારા સપના તમને જોવાની છૂટ છે, એમાં તમને મદદરૂપ થશે વેબ ટીવી એશિયા. સર, થેન્ક યુ ફોર ટોકિંગ અસ.
Thank you very much. And if you're interested, just give WebTV Asia a call. Thank you.
વેબ ટીવી એશિયાના સ્ટોલ ઉપર ગ્લોબલ કન્ટેન્ટ માર્કેટ મુંબઈ માયાનગરીથી પ્રકાશ શુક્લા અને સંદીપ કારવા ફોર મા ન્યૂઝ.